Hey guys, doing a repair on a Kobalt 40 volt launcher. It's essentially got an issue in that the head of this unit will typically tend to wear pretty quickly. My wife uses this a lot and she tends to drag the head on the ground, so it wears out this bump knob under here pretty well. And as you can see, I've done a successful replacement of this head using a non-standard head. In other words, the Kobalt head and the parts for this head are almost impossible to find. They seem to be out of stock for some reason on all these parts. So I wound up going to Lowe's and just grabbing a T25 head. It's basically the same profile as the original. And it just needs a little bit of reworking. So what I wound up doing was I took this original head, and if I disassemble the head, you'll see that there's a spring with a bolt assembly on there that screws onto the tapped threads on the shaft of the motor. Unfortunately, this adapter doesn't fit on that thread. The thread's a 10 millimeter, so it's metric. And they give you a couple of extra spare heads, neither of which worked either. So what I wound up doing was essentially going down to the hardware store and picking up some 10 millimeter washers. The washers should fit into this head unit here, such that if I drop that in, the washer's nice and snug around the edge. There's no play around the edge for that particular washer, and the opening is exactly the 10 millimeters that I need. Now I had to use 4 of those washers to rise up enough so that I could get the threads to the threads. And what you'll do is you'll use the original bolt, which was a square bolt that came with the unit. This isn't it here, but it's basically the square bolt that was originally with the unit that goes onto that shaft. And you can go ahead with about 4 of these washers in here, tighten that down, and secure it to the shaft. And then from there, it's just a regular assembly of the head. Keep in mind the string that they gave you on this head, there's only about 3 feet of it on there, Ryan, so it's not very much string. So you might, while you've got it apart, you might be wise to go ahead and just load it up with some new string. But that seems to work, and you can see now if I go ahead and start my trimmer. I'll go ahead and just get it into focus here, and I can use the pump knob and touch the string. So everything is good on that, and now I've got a head that I can pretty much find any place. Standard T25 head. It's on Amazon, pretty cheap, and at Lowe's you can get it as well. And that's all there is to it. Hope this helps. Thanks. Bye.